Zachary, a student, hit one of the bandits in the chest, ran, and helped others to escape. Hello, my wonderful people. We presented you with the news yesterday of what was currently on ground, what was going on. That some students in Kaduna were kidnapped, and the kidnappers made a video after torturing and beating them up, asking the government to come and rescue them immediately, and what have you. Anyway, good news. One of the students has hit the kidnappers on the chest and has helped others to escape. You see, and you are wondering how Nigerian government, with the whole of the battalion of soldiers, could not do anything. What does that tell you, my dear? They know what they are doing. It's you and I that they are trying to deceive. But guess what? We know. A songwriter says we are in Nigeria. We know ourselves. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if this is your first time. God bless you. How Zachary, a student, hits one of the bandits in the chest and ran, helped others escape. Engineer Emmanuel Junior Zachary is a lecturer in the Federal College of Forests, AFICO, in Kaduna State, where about 39 students were kidnapped by the bandit from the school in the late hours of the night. While efforts are being put in place for their release, Engineer Zach shared an inside report of the entire event of the night below. On that fateful night, which many of the students will never forget, in a hurry, about 10 and 11:30 p.m., 11th March 2021, exactly a week to the commencement of their second semester exam, a day after their first semester result was released. The students of the Federal College Forest, Kaduna, a school located on the opposite side of the military fortress permanent site and the Nigerian Defense Academy, where we are either going to sleep, preparing some breakfast or dinner, or eating, or in the main hall of the college studying. Yes, and some were in the studio, some others, two friends, and all that, just walking around when evil men stormed the college from the right side of the very constructed permanent fence. Ife, we were told, was hungry that night and wanted to boil some water to prepare some pap, which is, this brown pap we prepare to drink. And his friend also offered some kunu, came into the hostel and, also complimented that he needed some as well. No sooner had she stepped out than the adopters arrived at the female hostel. She had no hiding place. She was taken. The friends, some of them hide under their beds in common room, and others in other places they could be found out. The kidnappers went to the hostels and dragged out some of the students. Now in the college, there are two female and two male hostels. The female hostels are together side by side, one on the new building, the other on the old building. Those in the old were the ones taken. The ones in the new turned off their lights and went mute and did not attempt to make any form of attention when all started happening. For the male hostel, one to the far right of the college, the last building on the other end of the college with a premature fence, and one at the last building left of the main gates. You have to be told to know where the male hostels are located. The female hostels are conspicuous, not hidden at all, close to the administrative block. The bandits came through the right end of the college where one of the male hostels is located. They broke the fence and came in through there. I am sure they only found a hostel on their way to the center of the school. The students there were taken, all of them. It is not a big hostel and not the main hostel for the male students. Zachary was, for me, the unsung hero at that night. He actually rescued the situation, and I will tell you how he did that. When the adopters came and found the male hostel right in the college, they operated there with no itches at all. It was a silent operation since they needed not to shoot at anyone. Next to the hostel of the drawing studio, and Julius were there and his friend, they were also taken. Then Zachary hid. Zachary was one of the students they adopted and ordered him to take them to the female hostel. According to him, they said the females would get them more money, so which they really needed. But some of the kidnappers had led the male students some of the kidnappers had led the male students and adopted them from their hostels into the forest through the other eye of the gate hole, and they made through the fence. As Zachary was leading the leader to the female hostel, they came to the building close to the jackal, and when they found it locked, they shot at the padlock with a gun and forced it open. They thought neither staff nor students were there, but they found none because the place is a big block of office originally constructed for the Tafa forestry of the Japanese kind of style. The gunshot made some of the students to scare for safety, wherever they could find. By the way, when that was not the first time the students would hear the gunshot. Then they heard sounds of gunshot many times in the past when soldiers and bandits or robbers exchanged uh, gunfire along the road or the premise of the fence around the school. So some of them thought it was one of those things. Others had to run to the sound of gun as far as the main gate and take to safety. Now back to Zachary. The female hostel is just at the jackal less than 100 meters away. So sooner they get there, they went to the old hostel and brought out the girls they could find. Zachary courageously hit one of the bandits on the chest and made him lose consciousness. Zachary then ran, and they tried to shoot at him twice but were unsuccessful. He said he ran away because knowing the kind of temper he had, if they were to take him into captivity, they would not cooperate with the bandit, and that would make them kill him and maybe endanger others. So he wanted to make sure that he's not killed or captured, and he ran vehemently. So the gun shot aimed at Zachariah was the final blow the bandit to this bandit silent operation. It was no more silent. The gunshot drew more attention as Zachariah ran to the other male hostel and alerted others. This very act which he did was what made other students to be safe. They would have captured more students from that very school. So you see why it was just 16 male and 39 students, because of a courageous student that stood, and God was able to protect, and he was free from this calamity. Guys, leave us a comment. God bless you. Bye for now.